Stand By Me was a single that was released from the Be Here Now album, and there's a couple of chord changes that I wasn't too sure about, so I decided to do a deep dive in what chords are actually played. I've always found this chord progression particularly interesting. Now this is one that happens repeatedly in the choruses, and I'm going to play it for you now. So let's take a look at the common way that this chord progression is played. So it actually starts on a C chord, and then a lot of chord charts it will say it will actually be an F. Noel Gallagher doesn't really tend to play F, so I have a feeling it's actually more of an F over C chord. So we've changed this F to an F over C, but to be honest, this isn't really the controversial chord. It's actually the last one. Now lots of chord charts will list it as D or D over F sharp, so let's play it with a D. Kind of sounds like it, a little bit too happy to be honest on that D chord. Then we're going to try it for probably the most common way from watching YouTube videos, teaching this lesson and also guitar covers of it, the D over F sharp. Now in my opinion, from learning lots of Oasis songs and also teaching them, for me this is not a very Noel Gallagher chord progression. When he's in this F over C, and if he goes to a D over F sharp, that's quite a change that he has to do, and generally with Noel Gallagher he doesn't like to move his fingers that much. And for this you got the F over C, and we're having to almost change everything to get into the D over F sharp chord. So this led me to scour some live performances, particularly from when the song was actually released. However, I found this acoustic version from a Canadian TV show, and it proves conclusively that he does not move to a D over F sharp. But because the footage is grainy, it's not entirely sure what is happening with his fingers. So let's break this down from this video. So he definitely plays this F over C chord. It is not a full bar chord that you would normally play for F. But when he moves from this chord, his third finger and his pinky finger are not on the strings. We can also see that his index finger is staying exactly where it is for the F over C. So really the big question mark is, what is his middle finger doing in order to play this very last chord? So as you can see, this video is particularly grainy, and so much so you cannot see what one single finger is doing. And there could also be an argument that, well, this is an acoustic version and they might actually play it differently fully electric. Thankfully, because they've been playing lots of shows recently, we actually have lots and lots of videos of this song being played where it's not filmed with TV cameras and it's cut into different things. A lot of the time it is just focused on Noel, so we can see what his fingers are actually doing. So I found this clip from Wembley and it shows us perfectly what is happening. And the simple answer is, he's not really doing anything with his middle finger. So when we play the F over C chord, he's removing that third and that little finger, which we knew was happening from the previous video, but all he's doing is actually keeping his middle finger where it is too. So what you essentially get is this sound. Now on its own, it doesn't really sound anything like the song, but if you start to join it together with the other chords, the C and the F over C, we've got this sound. Now to my ears, that sounds exactly like the song. The only question mark that I can hear is when he's playing this chord, is he strumming the E, the A and the D? So I don't think he's strumming the E string, but I think that he is hitting the A and the D and the G and also the B. Don't think he's getting the high E in there. So it's just really those four strings. So what is this chord? Now, again, it's slightly tricky. It could be a couple of options. I think it's an A minor add 11 chord. So let me play the two different ways now and we can compare how it sounds. So to begin with, I'm going to go with the D over F sharp method. Now that does sound great, but now I'm going to play it with the chord that we have found today. It's very, very similar, but it's easier to play it this way because you're not having to change all your fingers and your hand position to get into this D over F sharp chord. Instead, all you're doing is just lifting your ring finger and your little finger off the string. So So I think this is another example of Noel Gallagher choosing chords that are fairly easy, not just to play, but also to move between. And really that's one of the reasons why when I saw D over F sharp and I was watching videos of people playing this, I thought actually this doesn't really seem like something he would play. So give it a try, let me know in the comments what you think. It is really only a small change in the sound, but I think it's actually much more accurate to the song itself, and as a bonus, it's easier to play.